If you are working on Unreal Engine projects, setting up version control is one of the best things you can do to protect your work. Whether you're working with a team or flying solo, having a history of your changes can save your game. In this video, I will walk you through how to set up Git for Unreal Engine step by step. And stay till the end, because I think even if you're already using Git for Unreal Engine, there might be some additional information that other tutorials didn't tell you. But why should you use version control in the first place? Have you ever broken something in your projects and wished you could go back to a previous version? Version control lets you do exactly that. It helps you to track changes to your files, revert to previous versions, collaborate with others without overwriting your work, and avoid catastrophic mistakes. In this video, I will show you how to use Git with Unreal Engine. But be aware that you can also use other tools like pitfalls, which are more specialized in managing large binary files. However, for solo developers and small teams, Git is a great alternative. Alright, now that we have covered the basics, you're probably ready to get Git up and running for your Unreal Engine projects. So let's walk through everything you need to get started. First up, you need to install Git. Just head over to the official site through the link in the description. Download the latest version for your system and go with the default settings. They usually work just fine when you're starting out. But here's the thing, Unreal projects often contain large binary files. Things like textures, models, maps, and even blueprints. And Git doesn't handle those very well out of the box. That's why you also need Git LFS. It's an extension that lets Git track large assets more efficiently. To set it up, download and install Git LFS, then open Git Bash by pressing right-click, show more options, and opening Git Bash here. Then you have to run Git LFS install. And with that, you have Git LFS initialized. Next, you have to choose where you want to host your repository online. In this video, I will focus on GitHub, but you can also use alternatives like GitLab or Bitbucket. But in our case, we go to github.com and create a free account. As of 2025, GitHub includes 10 GB of Git LFS storage and 10 GB of monthly bandwidth for free on both free and pro accounts. If you stay within these limits, using LFS won't cost you anything. If you go over, GitHub now uses a flexible pay-as-you-go model. You can set spending limits for your account or projects in the budget section of the billing menu. Check out the link in the description to read more about the pricing model of GitHub. With the setup of your account out of the way, you could manage your repository using Git's command line tools. But for this tutorial, I will show you how to use GitHub Desktop, a visual client that makes everything a little bit more accessible. Personally, I prefer using Git extensions, which offers more advanced features, but GitHub Desktop is a great starting point and much easier to navigate when you're just getting into version control. Once you have downloaded GitHub Desktop, go ahead and install it. And after opening it up, you can sign into your GitHub account directly through the app. With all tools in place, we are ready to hook everything up to Unreal Engine. For this tutorial, I'm using a C++ project because there are a few differences in how we handle C++ source files compared to just working with blueprints or assets. Inside your Unreal Engine project, look at the bottom right corner of the editor. There you will find the revision control section. Click on it and select Connect to Revision Control. Choose Git Beta version from the drop-down menu. If Git isn't installed in its default location, you can manually point Unreal to your Git exe file, typically found in the Git bin folder. Once that's done, Unreal will initialize a local Git repository for your project. There is an input field for the URL of the remote server, but you can leave this one blank for now, since we haven't created the online repository yet. Next, enable the following options. Add a git ignore file. The git ignore file tells Git which files and folders to exclude from version control. For example, you want to ignore the save folder since it contains local data that doesn't need to be tracked or shared with others. Add a README file. This lets you write a short description of your project, useful when others visit your repo. and add a git attributes file to enable git LFS. This is where you define which file types like uasset or umap should be handled by git LFS. Also, check the box to make the initial git commit. In Git terms, a commit is like a snapshot of your current project state. It is stored locally at first and can be reverted to later if needed. Finally, click Initialize Project with Git. This may take a few moments to complete, but once that's done, confirm your Git username and email. These come from your global Git config settings. If you're using multiple Git accounts, you might want to set these manually in Git bash using git config global user.name and then your name, or git config global user.email and then your email to set your email. Now head back into GitHub Desktop and choose File, Add Local Repository. Then point it to your Unreal Engine project folder, and with that done, you can see your initial commit, which includes your Unreal Engine project and Git setup. But currently, everything is still stored locally. To publish your repository online, click Publish Repository in the top right. Give your repository a name and optional a description. Most importantly, decide whether to make this repository private or public. A private repository means only invited collaborators can access it, while a public repository is open for anyone to see. Once published, your repository will appear on your GitHub account under your repositories. You can invite team members and give them access to this project if you navigate to Settings, Collaborators. Back in GitHub Desktop, you may notice that some extra files are showing up in the left side, like the vsconfig file or a .idea folder if you are using Rider. These aren't ignored by the default git ignore, but these are also files that you don't want to be tracked. There are also more complete git ignore templates tailored for Unreal Engine. I've linked one in the description. Just copy its content into your project's git ignore. Here, I will also add the vsconfig file and the .idea folder. Once you have changed your git ignore, the unwanted files should no longer show up on the left side. Instead, Git will now only detect that the git ignore file itself has been updated. This change is marked with a yellow dot next to the file in GitHub Desktop. To save this change, navigate to the bottom left, write a brief commit message and optionally add a more detailed description. Then click the commit button to save these changes locally. But here's the important part. If you want those changes to appear in your online GitHub repository, you still need to push them. Pushing means uploading your local commits to the remote server so that they are safely backed up and visible to other members on your team. To push your changes, simply click Push Origin in the top right of GitHub Desktop. And if you head to the repository on github.com, you can now see that your new commit also appears on here. Now that your project is set up, let's quickly go over how this process fits into your everyday workflow. When you're working on a team, it's essential to stay up to date. That's where pulling comes in. Pulling means downloading the most recent version of the repository from GitHub, including any changes made by your teammates. Inside Unreal, if you're modifying or creating a new blueprint, you'll notice visual indicators. Changed files that are already tracked by Git LFS are indicated with a check mark. And new files that will be added to Git LFS are highlighted with a plus icon. To commit these changes directly from within the editor, go to Revision Control and Submit Content. Write a message describing the changes and submit them. But keep in mind, this only commits the files locally. To make those changes show up in the online repository, you still need to open GitHub Desktop and push them manually. Also note that if you're working with C++ code, whether you're adding new classes or modifying existing ones, Unreal won't detect those changes in the Git plugin. You will have to handle those through GitHub Desktop or your Git client of choice. And with that, you have got the full loop. Commit your work, push it to the remote server, and pull changes regularly to stay up to date. Simple steps that can save you a world of headaches later. But if you're working in a team, there are a few more things you want to configure to ensure smooth collaboration. Let's say we are working on a project with another team member. In this example, we have an additional user called Bluefruit Games. Now Bluefruit Games opens a blueprint, adds a simple print statement and then commits and pushes a change. Now on our side we haven't pulled the latest updates yet. So we can open the same blueprint and add a different print statement. This time inside the onActor_begin overlap event. When we try to submit these changes from within the Unreal editor, everything still looks fine. But when I try to push my changes, Git stops me. Why? Because someone else already pushed changes before me. So I need to pull their changes first. And here is where we encounter the problem. We have both edited the same blueprint, which is a binary file. Git can't merge binary files like it can with text. Because of that, it will throw a merge conflict. Unfortunately, there's no way to easily combine both changes. One of them will have to be overwritten. To avoid this kind of situation, we can make use of file locking, a feature that allows only one person at a time to edit a specific file. With file locking, the system will notify other users if a file has already been worked on, and it also warns them if a newer version exists on the remote repository. Sadly, Unreal's default Git plugin doesn't support file locking out of the box. This is where the UE Git plugin comes into play. A community-made plugin you can find on GitHub that adds advanced Git LFS support, including file locking. You can integrate this plugin either into your engine itself or your specific project. To install it for your project, download the zip folder from the plugin's GitHub page, extract it and navigate to your project directory. If you don't already have a plugins folder here, create one. Inside that, create a new folder called UE Git plugin and paste the extracted files there. Then restart the Unreal editor. After restarting, go to the revision control settings again and now select the Git LFS2 option. Now you will also be asked to enter a Git username for Git LFS. Make sure this name is the same as your default Git username, because I have encountered issues in the past where file locking is not working properly when those two names are different. Next, you need to update your Git attributes file. Luckily, the plugin's GitHub page provides a fully prepared version for you. And just copy the contents and replace your existing Git attributes file with it. Then commit and push the plugin and Git attribute changes so your teammates also get the correct setup. Now let's test the locking feature. Bluefruit Games opens a blueprint and changes the light color. If we do that, the editor will ask us to check out the file. In version control terms, checking out a file means claiming it for editing, letting others know you are actively working on this file. So once you check out a file, you also log it for others. From our perspective, we will see that the blueprint is currently checked out by Bluefruit Games, which makes it clear that someone else is already editing the file. If we try to make changes and save now, we'll be prompted to check out the file too. But we are not able to, because it's already checked out by someone else. Our only option will be make writable, which means forcibly saving changes to the file and editing it anyway. Which is technically possible, but it's risky and should be avoided, because it can easily lead to merge conflicts later on. And if you are not asked to check out a file when saving changes to a file for the first time, you can right-click on the file in the asset browser, navigate to revision control and select revert writable files. Because sometimes when you add new files, there might be a bug that they are still marked as writable even after you submitted them. Now Bluefruit Games is done making changes and checks in the file by submitting it. Checking in a file means releasing the file log and making it available again for others to check out. Now the UE Git plugin even pushes the commit automatically, so we don't have to do it manually in GitHub Desktop. If we go back to our editor, we will now see a yellow indicator on the blueprint, which tells us that there is a newer version of this file on the remote repository. To resolve this, we can simply go to the revision control menu and choose pull. This downloads the latest version, removes the warning icon and ensures that we are working with the most up-to-date files again. And that is how file locking with the UE Git plugin helps to prevent collisions and keeps your team from accidentally overwriting each other's work, especially when working with binary assets like blueprints. For now, this enables you to work seamlessly on one branch. In Git, a branch is like a parallel version of your project. It allows you to develop new features or experiment with changes without affecting the main codebase. You can think of it as a separate timeline where you can make edits freely, then later merge those changes back into the main branch. And per default, you are working on the main branch of your project, which usually is called either main or master. In GitHub Desktop, you can create a new branch by going over the current branch section and selecting new branch. Here you can type in a name for the new branch and then create it. Finally, you have to publish your branch so that it is available on the remote server. You can switch around different branches by selecting the branch you want to move to in the current branch tab. That said, with the current setup of the UE Git plugin, there is still a limitation. It won't automatically detect newer versions of a file if those changes exist on a different branch. To properly handle this, you will need to set up what's called status branches. A more advanced feature for which the setup is briefly explained on the GitHub page for the UE Git plugin. But for now, you should have everything you need to start using Git effectively with Unreal Engine. If this video helped you out, consider subscribing for more Unreal Engine content, or become a member so that you support this channel. And check this video out next, where I share 5 free resources with you I personally recommend for learning Unreal Engine.